Hi, my name is Trevor Yeltman, and I'm here for the presentation for the Code of Ethics for EDU 512. Let's see if I can move it over here. There were two different codes of ethics that I was looking at: the Minnesota Teacher Code of Ethics, which is being represented by the school here, and then the Wells Fargo Company Business. And as I look through both of those codes, which will be referenced later here at the end, the main theme for both of these institutions were providing safe environments for all people, obeying laws, being inclusive to everybody, and doing what is right. So if you were to look, one is a school, so it's an educational setting, one's a business setting, but the biggest theme that I saw was that safe environment, that inclusiveness, that's doing what is right, obeying laws, were all part of both of those codes. After comparing those two, I was to choose one, which I chose the Minnesota Code of Ethics. I chose one to implement in an educational setting. So I chose the Minnesota Teacher Code of Ethics, and three things stood out to me. Minnesota educators need to understand the codes. So one way to implement, you can't implement something unless the people that are supposed to implement understand it. Otherwise, it becomes pointless. Creating a safe environment for students to thrive in means that you would follow these codes of ethics, and not only after being educated, all right, and then actually using those, also connecting those to a mission and vision statement as well. So the implementation process would, number one, first and foremost, be educating staff members on the code of ethics themselves. What are they? What do they look like, and how can we use them to create safe environments? And then how can we use and tie this all together into a mission vision statement for our school? And so, and that kind of brings us into the next part, which is the code of ethics and connecting that to a mission and vision statement. The purpose of a mission or vision statement is to keep educators working toward a common goal. And this common goal, especially in a trauma-informed school, which should be every school, the most important part is to create safe environments, physically and emotionally, for students to thrive in. We need to do that, and we can put those in our mission and vision statements. And if you look at the Minnesota Code of Ethics, following the Code of Ethics just within themselves is going to start to create a foundation to do that. Over here, I have all these different words. Relationships, respectful, meaningful, comfortable. These are all words that you'd want to put into a mission statement, and also which would relate to the Minnesota Code of Ethics, which is very much so about honesty, being honest and respectful. So now that you've educated the teachers and you've connected them to statements, how do we enforce the teacher of Code of Ethics? Enforcing the Code of Ethics and holding educators responsible is an important step. It's important that educators, they stay on track with the laws and obey the laws and regulations. So this education piece is yearly. It's all the time. It could be very much so yearly. Part of the implementation process is in making sure that you're educating the teachers then allows you to enforce and hold them accountable. And so professional development, down here I have a little picture of professional development. Again, one of the biggest takeaways for me was that teachers really need to know these codes, what they mean, and implement them to create those safe environments and those ethical principles that you want to follow. And this would be the references that I used for this slide.